Welcome to Becky's Garden. It's been about a week or so. I took some time to get well. I still have a little bit of a hoarse throat from all the coughing I did last week, and I am still coughing now, but I am feeling a lot better. I had to go to the doctor, and I'm on antibiotics now for a different infection, and while I've been trying not to do antibiotics, sometimes for some things you have to take them. But anyways, I wanted to share with you, this past week was Mother's Day on the weekend, and my husband stopped at a nursery that was set up along the side of the road, and I don't think that they're normally there, but they had this big old setup, kind of like a tiny nursery farmer's market type deal. And my husband let me pick out some plants for Mother's Day, and I told him it was a bad idea taking me there, because once I go in to look at plants, I'm going to come out with some, and I did. So I found some Stevia sweet plants, and I did manage to get one to grow, and I'll show you that here in a second, from some seeds I planted. But these ones were bigger ones, and I'm wanting to, I'll come down here so you can see them. Those are my little Stevia plants. And I'm wanting to see I'm wondering if they do like rosemary, if you cut them off right above the nodes, if they bush out a little bit. I kind of want them to get a little bit bigger and bushier, so that I have more leaves to collect. And so I was telling my husband, I just love having fresh Stevia, because it's just so wonderful to just put into your cup of tea, and you can use it, of course, for sweeteners. And here's my dog, he's walking around out here. And then I also picked up some raspberry bushes, and these are two varieties that I did not have. And Walter, please do not pee on them. He's looking for a place to pee. Walter. He likes to pee on my raspberry pot that's really big over there. I'll be getting fruit on that this year, but he can't pee into it because he's too short. Anyways, I digress. So this taller raspberry that I have here, it is a double golden raspberry, and I'm super excited because now I have a golden raspberry. I'm kind of collecting my raspberry plants, because when we move again, these are the types of plants that I can cut off down close to the soil, and I can put some cardboard over the soil, and I can tape that down so that when we move, I don't have to uproot anything. And so that's why I'm picking berry plants at this stage of the game, because I know we're going to be moving again, and hopefully the next time we move, it'll be the last time we move for a very long time. So I've got my double gold. I would like to get one of the black and one of the purple raspberries that they also have, but with time, I think I'm just gonna stop here with these ones while we live here, and I have plenty of berry plants now, and so I don't think I'm gonna be buying any more. Okay, and then the smaller one, now this one looked really sad, and I have cleaned it up. It looked really bad the other day, and there was a lot of dead leaves, and there was other things that it just, I just cleaned up all the dead leaves down by the canes that were coming up, and there's a little clover in there with it. I left that one because I thought it looked really cute, so I'm leaving the clover. And this one is called a Tulamine raspberry, and I had never heard of it. Evidently, this is a variety that was cultivated up in Canada. So, and then I have my raspberry bushes near my blackberries, and you guys, I am a newbie to all this, and I am learning. And so, and I wanted to do, I cannot talk. Oh my goodness. And I'm not going to go back and edit it out, people. We're going to keep it real. So, I'm very new to gardening. I've been dabbling in gardening for the past, I'm wanting to say about the last 5 years. I've been dabbling with more gardening. I used to do just like, I'd have like a couple plants, but it wasn't really gardening. I'd get like a couple herbs, but it wasn't really gardening. And so it's become kind of a passion of mine with the gardening because I find so much peace with it. My dog is okay, so you guys are going to see some trash on the ground because we've had some storms and some other people's trash is blown in my yard, and I have not yet picked it up. But my dog is sitting between the trash, the little pieces of plastic and some paper. And I hadn't been feeling well, so I have not cleaned up my yard, and I need to mow again before the grass gets too tall. And anyways, I digress again. Sorry about that. Anyways, I just have been really getting into gardening, and I know that I have a lot to learn and that I'm going to be learning a lot over time. And one of the things I did learn is that I need to move my raspberry bushes away from my blackberry bushes because there is a type of mite that can get onto blackberries, and then the blackberries will spread over, I'm guessing like aphids. So the aphids will spread to the raspberries and then contaminate the raspberries. So I guess blackberries are a bit more prone to that. And so I'll go ahead and pick up that trash right now because it's really bothering me. Hi, Walter. How are you doing? Hi, Walter. So there, the garbage is gone. So anyways, yeah, so they're more prone to getting diseases from blackberry plants. The raspberries are. So I'll be separating those, and it said anywhere from 75 to 100 feet. And so I'm just going to move my raspberry bushes away from it. Now I'm not sure, and you guys can let me know below in the comments if does that also pertain to raspberry and blackberry combination plants? Do I need to move, say, my Logan berries or I don't have a tayberry, but for example, like the tayberry, the ones in the Brandywine, the berry plants that have been hybrid from blackberry and raspberries that have been mixed, do I need to move those away as well, 75 to 100 feet away from the blackberries? Now, I don't think I will be getting any berries on my blackberry bushes this year, so I don't know if I need to move them this year. But yeah, it's something to think about. And so right now I'm contemplating definitely moving. My raspberry bush is like super huge. You can see it right here. I'm gonna zoom in. That one right there, it's super big, and I kind of want to move it so that it has a little bit more room because it's up against the fence right there, and it's gotten so big this year. I'm so excited. I know I'm gonna have so much fruit on that. So I'm gonna come over here now to my corner, and so these are my beauties. Now, oh, one more thing, there was a bonus plant in with my golden double raspberries, and check this out. Now I will be getting some fruit on the double golden. I don't know if I'll be getting much, but I'll be getting a couple. There's this little plant here, and when I was cleaning the plant up and removing some of the ugly leaves and some of the leaves down at the bottom, I saw this little plant in here, and of course my hands touched it, and I have a stinging nettle amongst my raspberry canes, and because it has little spikes on its stem, I'm guessing that it just blended so well that maybe they didn't know that there was a stinging nettle. But I had been wanting a stinging nettle for my garden because I had them when I lived in Germany, and so I'm kind of excited that I don't have to go out and purchase a stinging nettle now, because it's very much like mint. It likes to trail under the ground, and so I'm kind of happy. And it'll be in a pot. I will not plant this in the ground where it can like spread like mint does, because I don't want, it'll take over. It will be very invasive, the stinging nettles. So I'm gonna come over here into my corner, and I'm gonna move my kid's tooth fairy came. I'm hiding the tooth. Anyways, I'm going to share with you what I've got going in this container here. And look at that, you guys. We have golden berries on this side right here. These ones have sprouted and I am so excited. I've actually have a lot more coming up than I had the other day now, and so I will have to be getting some pots to put these into because I don't have enough containers to put them into, so I'll be needing to get some, which means I'll have to do some driving in order to make a little extra money for those pots, but I don't want to get anything too super expensive. And so in this right here, and this shows up super bright on, like, these ones are not quite as bright. Well, I guess it's about the same. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you dizzy. But right here is my tiny stevia, or stevia. You guys let me know. I'm always saying it wrong. But anyways, that's the one plant that has popped up out of, I'm wanting to say there was maybe 5 seeds in the package. There was not very many. Anyways, this is the only one that has came up. And so when I saw that nursery had them, I was super excited because I had not seen any stevia plants in the box stores. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and get 2. And then up here I have moved my gooseberries and I have put them into other pots. I separated them the other day, and I'm gonna go take a look at those in a minute, because I had, like you guys, I had been so sick the last 2 weeks that I just needed to take a break and get well, and so it seems to have worked. Anyways, right here is a Meyer lemon, and over here I have the honey tangerines, and I've got a lot of those little plants. So I'm gonna let them grow, and I'm gonna let them get big, and I will transplant them into their own, like, pots, maybe about some of these pots like this, and then I'm gonna let them get big, however big they can get in those, and then I'll probably end up taking those to, like, say a farmer's market or something and selling them, because it's not something, I don't need them, I just grow them for the fun of it. I don't know if there's anything else going on. I had seen some plants pop up in here, and they're not doing so great. I think they're red currants. That's what the label says. And then right here is my lemon verbena, and it's doing good and getting bigger. And I'm just gonna let it do its thing this year. I'm not gonna harvest from it. I'm just gonna let it get big. And then I'll every now and then I'll, like, mess with the leaves just so I can smell it, because I just love the smell. And these ones haven't sprouted. Nothing sprouted in here yet. Those are my blackberries and my Mediterranean blackberry seeds. I'm definitely, if those come up, I'm definitely not going to need all of them. Down here I have some more elderberry and red currants, but nothing has come up yet. I'm not sure how long it takes for the seeds to sprout after they've been hardened off. And then this is that Harry Lauder's walking stick. It's kind of hard to see. And I think it's still alive, so I'm hoping that it put out roots down below, because I used the hormone rooter on them. So let's take a look. Oh, this is really pretty. My hydrangea bush is looking really good, but I do need to put some sort of fertilizer on it this year, because the flowers were really pinkish purple when I first got it, and last year they were just pink, I'm wanting to say, so there was a little less purple and blue. But the plant looks great. It looks really good. So I'm happy about that. Walking over here, my jackfruit's not liking me so well. Its leaves got sunburnt really bad last weekend, and I really shouldn't have moved it into the sun so quickly, I think. I'm thinking it likes kind of shade. But, you know, you live and learn. It's still alive, though, so, you know, I'm just going to leave it alone. So I'm just pointing you guys at my neighbor's grass. Okay. So, okay, up here, you guys, these are my grape hyacinths, and they put out these little, like, nodes where the flowers were. If anybody has ever seen these, let me know. I might do a separate video just showing these. and just see if I can get people to address them, because not a lot of people will like sit and listen to me talking through all these videos, and if you do, kudos to you. I know I'm not the greatest person to watch right now when it comes to YouTube, because I'm really new and I'm just learning, and I might ramble too much, so maybe I just need to make videos that are more on point and focus a little more than I'm like just talking and showing you guys the fence. Sorry about that. Anyways, my blueberries, they're doing good. And then these are Kentucky Wonder beans growing. And then my other blueberries, and they have lots of flowers. And then look at my strawberries. They grew these really super tall shoots so that the strawberries won't be resting on the ground this year. Excited. That's great. All right, so here are I'll move out of the way, my shadow. These are the gooseberries I transplanted. Some of the leaves died when I transplanted the bigger gooseberry out of the dome right there in the center, and all of the leaves just got all wilty, and they got like feeling like paper, and they just crumbled up. So these were the leaves that were below that, and so they're doing good, and they're growing and getting bigger, and they look really good. So those are, did I say, yeah, gooseberries. Thought I said blueberries. And I separated all of the gooseberries so that they're all individually, and they're not all like trying to starve each other out for the sun. And I figured I'd go ahead and not wait till the fall. I would just do it now, and whatever survives, survives. So I've got the gooseberries going along here, and a couple smaller ones that I had found right in the front right here. And I just planting them all, giving them all a chance. And then there's about, I'm wanting to say 8 per container in the longer pots along the fence line. And then this is the gooseberry that has the very, very different leaves, and I'm just waiting for more of the other leaves to come to see if it really looks that much different than this shape of leaf, because I mean, that is a very different shaped leaf. And then some of the other leaves kind of sort of look like this, but they're more in between this and that. So we're just gonna wait. Like, see, this one right here is almost like this one, but it's kind of like this one to that shape. So we'll just have to wait and see. And that one's kind of the same. So just gonna wait and see. I mean, it may just be that those were what those leaves looked like when they first came on, because they were the second leaves from the babies. And then in this pot I have the gooseberries that had the giant berries on them, and they weren't they're not the same gooseberries as the ones that I just showed you in the other pots. These all came from all the other berries. These berries came from, or plants, seeds came from a store-bought variety, and they were huge. And all these ones came from the gooseberry seeds from my plant in my backyard in Germany. And that would be one of the very first videos that I uploaded besides the Walter video. So yeah, and look how big my raspberry bush is. So beautiful. And then next to my raspberry bush right here, I have the brandywine. So that's why I'm thinking I need to separate it away from the raspberry or the blackberries. The brandywine is a combo of hybrid of a blackberry and a raspberry, so I will need to be probably moving these apart. I don't know if I'll be getting any fruit on it, but I mean, look at, it's just taken off and growing, and so I'm excited about that. And then coming along down here, I've got my rosemary, and then this is my poison thornless berry, and I might need to move. This one's also a combo of a raspberry blackberry. Oops, sorry, showing you the fence again. And so I might need to move this one as well. I'm not sure. So anyways, here's more of those gooseberries. I have 4 containers with at least 8 to 9 gooseberries in each one. And then I will actually be putting these into their own pots this fall, once they lose their leaves, and they will be going into pots that they will remain into until they have grown to a significant size where I can take them to a farmer's market and sell them, because I don't need this many gooseberries, at least not at this stage, where I'm just renting. So I figure I might as well bless other people with what I have been able to grow. And so anyways, here's my other berries. This is the thornless triple crown thornless blackberry, and there's just some little ones popping up out of the ground there. They're just coming in. And then this one is my blackberry from last year, and I busted this one in half on accident, oopsies, when I was transplanting it into the bigger pot, because I wanted my berries to have enough room to let their roots grow and create new canes, and something that I, can just keep until it has its own home. And then in here we've got the wild blackberry. So, and then I've got a whole bunch back in the corner over here. That's where it came from, in the back corner. And then I've got my little trees popping up in this thing. Looks like we have another Himalayan pine tree coming up right here. And here's the other Himalayan, and then this is the other one. Oh no, it looks like it got attacked by something. See right there? It's gonna die. It's not gonna survive. That one right there. It's, yep, look at that. It's something ate it. But, it's how it goes when you're gardening. And so some things survive, some things don't. So anyways, that's what we've got going on here. Not a whole lot left to really talk about. Just wanted to share my Mother's Day gifts, and now it's like 22 minutes later. So anyways, you guys have a great day, and make it a good one.